On a night where the dam of goals finally broke and the Rangers rode the wave to a most rewarding victory. 4-3 the final in Montreal. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Mercedes-Benz Rangers postgame show alongside Steve Valiquette. I'm John Giannone inside our Delta MSG studios. And what shouldn't be forgotten in the 3 goals in 5:51 to start the third period is that less than 4 minutes in, the Rangers were down 2-0.
Yeah.
And given the way these first 10 days of the season have gone, it might have been fair to think in some circles that that's it.
Well, I think that's where what stands out for me is their maturity. And when you're pushed to the brink of what you believe is not possible, that's when you sacrifice everything you've built and you start deviating from the plan. And at 5-on-5, guys start cheating all over the ice, or you start trying everybody one-on-one and not waiting for your teammates, and then you end up on an island, and it gets worse. The Rangers didn't go there. They stuck with it. They managed the puck really well. They get into the third period, and then they take it over. They're fast and fierce, and you know, look, I think that's the win they needed. They needed a win like that where they have to hang on, and it mattered in the end, too.
Yeah.
And that's a win that feels like a win you can keep.
Yeah, and speaking of sticking with it, how about Artemi Panarin? He came into the night without a goal. Longest goal drought of his career to start a season, but tonight he scores his first and he adds 3 assists as well, and he is the Jersey Mike sub-above player of the game, and he should be. He has dominated against the Canadiens in recent years. You see it there, and this is the 4th time he's had 3 or more in a game against Montreal, and did they ever need him? And he's the one who ultimately scored the game winner to make it 4-2 in the third.
They needed him, but you know what? He needed it the most.
Yeah,
he really did. Out of all the players in the lineup, Artemi Panarin needed a breakthrough game, and that's exactly what happened. He skated throughout the game. There was a few times where I thought he was getting discouraged. I mean, this is the beginning of the game on the first power play. It's not finding the handle a few times. Misses an open net here in the second period where I thought he could have been over his toes a little bit more, but you know what? He just stuck with it. Like the rest of the guys on the team, they stuck with the long term here. And he found a few more scoring chances in the third period before he gets an opportunity to get enough ice to get his shot off. And you give Artemi Panarin time and space, he's going to find his spot. He's got a very difficult release to find. And in fact, he beat Sam Montembeault in his strong spot. We talked about that in the pregame. He's got the best low blocker in the league. Artemi Panarin took those game notes and threw them out the window and just beat them low blockers. There you go.
So he gets his first of the year. Clearly one of the A-listers on the Rangers who needs to perform offensively in order for this team to move forward. Another guy like that is Mika Zibanejad. Only 1 goal in 6 games coming into tonight. But what he did at the 11:56 mark of the first period, Steve, was he gave the Rangers life and took a whole lot of life out of the building with a power play goal.
And the power play, it's been very difficult because they haven't scored, but it's been something that should be celebrated because of how much opportunity they've been able to get off of it. And then, of course, how much momentum you get off of it as well. You've got your top players on the ice for 1:50, and they move the puck around in a way where it usually finds its way into your 5-on-5 game. Panarin was on the half wall here, and what he was looking for was a seam pass to middle, but as the switch takes place, it's Fox. There's a lot of ice over here for Zibanejad. And once again, if he's going to get his one-timer off, it's time and space, but it's far post. And the reason why he's aiming far post is so that that rebound, if it doesn't end up in the back of the net, it sprays. You saw the Rangers had 3 guys on the backside there. There was weak side rebound opportunity if that spray actually happens. I honestly think he gets a little lucky there. NHL goalies typically don't get beat from that distance on a one-timer. As perfect as that shot was, I think that's what it takes. It takes a perfect shot with a lot of pace for a goalie to get beat clean on a one-timer from out there.
So for Mika Zibanejad, goal number 109 on the power play as a Ranger. Now alone in third, only Camille Henry and Chris Kreider have more, and he is now 7 away. So that's how many goals he has scored as a Ranger while with the man advantage. Matthew Robertson, in his 6th NHL game, has finally scored his first, and that was a valuable insurance.
Yeah. This is where I thought Montembeault was sort of losing his game, losing his net. There were times where he was shaky in this game. It wasn't like the Rangers' previous games where we've seen everybody have a #1 star performance against them in net and steal games. Again, that's a goal you should have. But by the same token, I think the Rangers would know that the long-distance stuff is giving this guy a hard time. He had the lowest save percentage in the league last year on net front, screens, broken plays, and those depth shots for him, they were tough. So the Rangers made out on it. Look, I think it's a game that the Rangers are happy with the way they played, but moreover, they're probably happy with how they stuck with it.
Yeah, Panarin and Sherry got the assists, and you saw in the background of Robertson celebrating. JT Miller went to the net to get the puck. I misspoke. I said that was an insurance goal. It definitely wasn't. It made the Rangers take the lead 3-2 at 4:11 of the third period. Let's begin our reaction in Montreal with the goal scorer that made it 3-2 Rangers in the third, Matthew Robertson.
Yeah, for sure. There's still a lot of nerves coming into every game, and just trying to settle those down and use them to my advantage. But I mean, I'm just trying to take it shift by shift. I'm not trying to look too far ahead, and just try to enjoy every moment and get better.
Is it one of those things too, where like you're kind of proving it to yourself now that you can play at this level? Like you know, you haven't had that many looks until now. So going out there and doing it, is that showing? Are you showing something to yourself?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's building confidence every shift you're out there, every good play you make, and just trying to build off that each and every shift, each and every game, even in practice. Just getting comfortable and having that confidence in yourself.
Cool. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
What was the key to slowing their speed down?
For us, just staying inside the dots, keeping them to the outside, and staying on top of them and playing fast.
And as the game settled down, how much more confidence were you gaining, realizing that you were bottling them up as opposed to earlier when they were flying?
Yeah, I mean, as the game went on, I think we settled down. We started to get some pucks going north, and I think we just built off that and had a couple of bounces go in and just kind of rolled off that.
Rangers radio analyst Dave Starman working the microphone for us in Montreal. And you know what? Kudos to Matthew Robertson, who has stepped in and seems very comfortable in both ends of the ice inside what Mike Sullivan is asking this team to do.
You know, once again, here's what this guy went through tonight. He pinched on the first goal, but he was able to get that out of his space and get back to his game. That's you want to talk about maturity. That's the sign. That's the ultimate sign of maturity. Parking a bad first shift, putting that in the rearview mirror, and then going forward with your game. He was sharp and stood out in his own zone. He had a good first pass. He's physical. He's big. He brings a lot to the table. You know, I know what it's like. You're trying to break through, John, and make a name for yourself and get noticed out there. But what I would say is, look, you did a great job coming back after a bad first play early in the game, and look, you get rewarded for it and score a goal.
So the Rangers' 3-game losing streak is over. Now 3-3-1, all 7 points this season on the road, all 15 goals this season on the road, and Matthew Robertson has one of them.